You know, everybody always wondering why the Panthers don't play so good on the road, why they play so good at home. It's the strip clubs, it's the titties. Everybody knows South Florida got the best strip club. They just want, look, it's just a bunch of young, very young men. They just want to get naked. They want to be naked all the time. They want to see some titties. That's why we play so good at home, because naked titties.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1, drop!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Alright, so we got Stars tonight. First of 2 games right on the road. Saturday is Carolina. Programming, no. I will be live streaming the entire game on Saturday. The live stream will start a half hour before puck drop, and then I'll stream throughout the entire game. Bobrovsky's in net. Still no Bennett, obviously, with the suspension. Reinhart is still, well, in the COVID protocol, so Owen Tippett draws back in. Could we please... I'm so sick and tired of me bitching about Tippett, everybody else bitching about Tippett. Could he just get a goal? Just score a damn goal so the kid can take a breath, and then we'll see, you know, what the hell he is. On a little bit of a note with that, I actually responded to somebody's comment about Tippett. Interesting thing I found out, he just played his 83rd game. Through 83 games, he's got 30 points. Frank Vetrano in Boston, first 2 seasons combined, he played 83 games, just like Tippett, had 29 points. So basically the same thing. The point is that Boston had way too much depth, so they just threw Vetrano away. We see the player he's become. You know, even though he's streaky, he's still good for 15, 20 goals a season. So the point being, and they were the exact same age, right? So Vetrano was 23 when we traded for him. Tippett's 22. The point being, it's a little early to just completely give up on the kid and throw him away, unless, of course, it's going to net us a top 4 defenseman. So, all right, this should be 2 tonight. This should be 2. I don't want to see a trap game. We need a nice, clean game from Bobrovsky. A touchdown from the offense. 7-1 sounds about right. So it's tied at 1 after 1. So that's the one. That's the only goal that Dallas is allowed. It was a deflection. It was a shot from far away. Got deflected. Bobrovsky had no chance. Nothing you can do there. And Barkov with a nice power play goal. Power play looks different. Power play looks a little bit better now. So this is good. Not going to complain about the power play anymore. Owen Tippett is definitely trying to score. He hit the post. He shot it into the breadbasket of the goalie of Hopi. He's played a good first period. Maybe. Rest of the team looks good. For Hagee, he's having himself a game. He's ready to play. So we're good to go there. Defensively, Ekblad lost the puck not once but twice at the blue line on the power play. Would still love to see Forsling. I agree with Stu. I'd love to see Forsling being the quarterback on the power play. But we look like we came to play. I expect 2 points out of this. So I said 7-1. So yeah, 3 more goals in the second, 3 more goals in the third, and that'll do. Well, it won't be 7-1 final. We are tied at 4 after 2. And remember the last game when I said there was no defense being played? Well, here we go again, and we're gonna get 8. We're gonna score 8 anyway. Bobrovsky has given up 4. How many of those are really his fault? 2 of them have been deflections right before it got to him. The one he got beat pretty good on the I forget who it was for Dallas. Made a really good move there, right in close by himself. It's one of those things where, you know, you guys giving up 4 goals, but none of them have really been. The one was his fault. Squeaker right between the legs, and it just dribbles him behind them. Can't put it on him right now. The defense is not hitting anybody. Ekblad, Uyghur in front of the net, not boxing out their guys. Levy not taking the body. The defense is playing a little wishy-washy here. All right? I love the fact that we're averaging 6, 8, 12, 14 goals a game. That's great. At some point, though, you got to hit somebody other than Gudis. Gudis is hitting people, but it's like he's making up for everybody else. Offensively, Barkov with just a ridiculous shorthanded goal to open up the period. And Dallas keeps coming back and tying it. This pisses me off. It's late enough. This game is late enough. We're not interested in overtime. All right? We'll give them another goal. 8-5. I want to win this game 8-5. That's it.
We are going to overtime! Oh, we are going to the shootout, and it is my favorite part of the game!
Well, I got to reset the timer on my water softener. You're going to hear that noise in the background. It's not supposed to start till 3 in the morning, but it keeps starting at 11 o'clock at night. All right, well, we got a point, and let's put it this way. That is the worst game you will ever see by a goaltender where the team still got a point. Our offense completely willed us to that point. We were not going to just completely lose it. But Bobrovsky, jeez, get it all out in one game, why don't you? I mean, we talked about the first 4. He had the dribbler behind, underneath the legs. Then in the third period, he just absolutely just decides, I don't know, to do what, to come out all the way to the circle, screws it up, and then we end up having to come back from 5-4. Finally, after we win 5 face-offs, in like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes there in the zone with Bobrovsky pulled, Huberdeau ties it up. We get to overtime, and he did make one nice save in overtime right there towards the end. Boy, it's a lot of tired players on that ice. And we get to the shootout, and it looks like my dead grandma could have scored against them 5-hole tonight. He was just bad. It was just no way around it. Just bad, 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 and then really bad and really bad in the shootout. Well, we get a point on the road, so we'll take it. Fine. Come back Saturday against Carolina. Gotta get 2 in regulation, though, okay? This thing where we don't play so well on the road, the offense was fine tonight. You score 5, you assume you're going to win. The defense did not have a good night, but multiple on Bobrovsky. Okay, there was 1 out of the first 4 that was against Bobrovsky. The one in the third period, and then he couldn't stop a freaking dime in the shootout. So I'm happy with the rest of the team's play, no doubt about that. Now defensively, Ekblad and Uyghur, they're Ekblad and Uyghur. That's what we got. It's not going to change. All right? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. We are not going to not win a cup because of Ekblad and Uyghur. Okay? We're good there. We do need to get. I'm liking the idea though more of getting Chikrin in here because I'm not happy so much with you, Levy. I'm not seeing anything from him at all, and Carlson is okay, but I'd rather have Ekblad with Forsling, Uyghur with Chikrin, and Gudis with Montour, and quit screwing around with, whoever's playing 6D that night. I think that would solidify things a lot for us. I don't know what we'll have to give up. Owen Tippett played a good first 5 minutes. He looked good for about 5 minutes, maybe even 7 minutes, before he reverted back into his shell of unconfidence, and is what it is. All right, so Stu and I will be back tomorrow morning. I don't want to make this one too long because we've got the review in the morning, and then we should have something coming out tomorrow evening if everything works out schedule-wise. This was a great game. This was a lot of fun. The game was a lot of fun, third period especially. I had Matthias for overtime queued up with 2 minutes left. I knew we were going to tie the game. I thought we'd pull it off in overtime. But Barkov and Huberdeau, I can't imagine how many minutes they played tonight. They were exhausted. Coach did move Huberdeau up to that top line with Barkov there in the third period, put Mammon down. This is a game where we need Reinhardt, we need Bennett, we need Marchment. That's 3 guys. That's not nothing. You know what I mean? Games like this, especially on the road, you feel those guys. You feel the absence of those guys. So, all right, we get the point. It was a fun game, good game. Bobrovsky, I don't know what we do Saturday. I guess you got to throw him back out there. He had a lot of workload tonight. He had a big workload tonight. If Spencer Knight is healthy, you might want to consider throwing him out there. Bob did not look good tonight. I don't think he looked tired, but just he had fixed the 5-hole issue, and tonight was between the 2 shootout goals and the 1 dribbler, at least 3. At least 3 if they're not. So, I don't know. We'll see if Spencer Knight can come in and play Saturday. Not that he's been Patrick Waugh either. Just usually when you score 5, you're good to go. I think this might be one of the first games this year where we've scored 5 and didn't get 2 points. We'll have to check up on that. All right. Damn it. Bobrovsky. This one's on him. This one, that was a point. That's 1 point. All right. Make a save. Make 1 save in the shootout. Jeez.